Hi everyone and welcome to the Mushroom Den. So today we're making vegan roast beef. Yes, it's that time of the year when we get to act like a chef and get bold in the kitchen and create fancier recipes. Now this is one of those dishes that you must have on your holiday table. I know I say that a lot about my holiday recipes, but if you really want to impress your guests, this is just one of those recipes you must have. Now without further ado, let's jump right in. Now in a blender, food processor, or anything that can puree, you can go ahead and add your beans, followed by some green bell pepper, some onion, garlic, some red tomato paste, a little bit of coconut sugar to reduce the acidity of the tomato paste, some better than bouillon, here I'm using the roasted garlic base, some sage, rosemary, some good old thyme. Now we don't want the thyme all, right? We want it fresh. I hope you get followed with some cayenne pepper, totally optional, and some water. Now let's go ahead and blend all of that. Now this is already good, but we need this mixture to get a deeper pink color to mimic the color of the beef, and beets is going to be our hero here. So I'm going to go ahead and add about a slice at a time until I get the desired color. And I think here is perfect. Now let's pour our mixture in a mixing bowl, making sure to scrap the side to get all of that goodness out. Then we can add our vital wheat gluten, also commonly known as seitan. Now this is pure gluten, so if you follow a gluten-free diet, this is not the recipe for you. Now all we do here is mixing with the help of a spatula, and when you can no longer mix with a spatula, go ahead and start using your hand. You want to knead this dough for at least a minute or two, and what this is going to do is not only get the seitan to perfectly adhere to the base, but also get our meat more tender, which is exactly what we want. This is perfect. Now we want to shape our meat to get that tenderloin look. And our meat is ready to tie. Yes, we're going all the way and pretending we're dealing with actual meat here. Now using a cooking twine or butcher's string, let's go ahead and tie one end of the meat, like so. Then make a loop, bring it over the meat, and cinch it up. You get that? Okay, let's do it one more time. Make a loop, bring it over the meat, and cinch it up to make it tighter. Repeat this process every inch or two until you get to the other end of the meat. Then flip your meat over. Bring the string along the bottom, loop it under one of the middle string. Then let's tie it back where we began. Now remember that this doesn't have to be perfect. You don't even need to do this. We're just trying to be fancy here. Now grease some aluminum foil with some cooking spray. And let's wrap it up like a burrito. Now in a steaming pot, let's add some water and place the meat in the strainer on top of the water. Now let this steam for an hour and 15 minutes, making sure to add some water every 15 minutes or so. While our meat is cooking, let's go ahead and make our garnish. And on a better looking skillet placed on medium heat, add some coconut oil, followed with some onions and garlic. Once the onions are translucent, let's go ahead and add some cremini mushroom. Let the mushroom sweat for about 2 minutes or so, then add some vegetable broth, followed with some fingerling potatoes, some carrots, some red cooking wine if you don't mind, salt and pepper, tomato paste, some fresh thyme, and 3 fresh bay leaves. Let all that goodness simmer for at least 5 minutes. Then add a mixture of cornstarch and water. This is going to help thicken our stew. Now you can lower the heat to medium-low, add some coconut sugar, and let the whole thing simmer for another 10 minutes or until the potatoes are cooked. This is looking perfect. Now an hour and 15 minutes later, our meat is ready. Let's unwrap it. Now be careful, it's quite hot. On a baking dish, let's pour the garnish we cooked earlier. Let's create a well on the center of the dish and add in our meat. Now if you have a larger skillet that is also oven safe, you can just add the meat directly in your skillet and pop it in the oven. If not, you can use the baking dish instead. Use that red wine juice to cover the meat. This is going to help it roast better. And pop this in the oven in the middle rack. And broil at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 15 minutes or until it looks like this. And this, my dear, is vegan roast beef. First, let's remove the strings. Now we can cut through. Look how tender it is. You can see how challenging it is to cut through. It means we have the perfect consistency. And the aroma coming from inside the meat is just heavenly. So that's it. This is one of those recipes I really wanted to bring to you guys this holiday season. I hope you try it. If you do, don't forget to tag me on my social media, link down below. If you live in the state, happy Thanksgiving to you. And on to the next video. As always, have a blessed one.